So I just want to say before we jump into this today, if you have any questions with regards to any of the topics that I have been speaking about to this point, you're more than welcome to ask a question in the Q&A panel. Unfortunately, if you sent a question in earlier, I lost all of them. So I want to just say that the questions will be about angels, staying on the topic of angels, the whole conversation around angels. I want to make the most of the time that we have here together. So if you want to ask a question, now is the time to do it. I have a bunch that have been sent in ahead of the webinar that I'm going to get round to answering straight away. And then I'm going to take you on a journey into understanding signs and how to get the best information as to what signs actually mean and how they can really support you on your journey. So I have to say, I am blown away by all of the questions that have been sent in, and I'm blown away by the response that we've had to this free webinar. And I want to say that at the end of the webinar today, I'm going to be sharing with you an opportunity to take this journey with me further. If you want to learn more about angels and you want to take a real deep dive into your spiritual practice to upgrade that and to allow the angels to become a greater part of your life and your world. At the end of the seminar today, I'm going to be sharing with you a way for you to do that with me. However, there is no pressure to do that. And I want to say that it is my aim and it is my goal that you will end this journey with me in this webinar space today as a friend and as an equal, but also with new skill sets and information that will support you. I also want to take this opportunity to say that the most important thing that you remember is that we are of equal standing. You and I are equals. And so therefore, you and I have both come from the same source of creation, and is that same place that we will return. Any of the skills and the information that I have learned on my journey is also available to you. These are skills and muscles that you can strengthen in your own life. And I know that a lot of people will speak about, that I'm quite young, and that but it's really important to say that I have been doing this for 17 years. And it is 17 years of real dedication and real practice. And that's why a lot of this comes very natural to me. It's because I've spent that time on it. But I really do believe that if you spend, a few minutes a day just really connecting to the angelic realm and really connecting in meditation and in prayer and with your angel cards, then you really will have this amazing journey with the angels. So there are some questions that I have here on post-its that I wrote down ahead of it. There was one person that wrote in who did remain anonymous, and they were asking about, can our loved ones or children become angels? So I wanted to answer that with openness, because a lot of the time, many other angel kind of authors and experts out there will say that humans cannot become angels. There are in several texts, spiritual texts, ideas that certain human beings became angels. And then there was this one time when I was doing a reading for someone in my office in Glasgow. It was many years ago now. And her angels came through, and there was this, like, what I can only describe as young angel with her. And I then discovered that this woman lost a daughter very young. I think she was born, prematurely, and there was complications around her birth, and then complications around her health which really stopped her living her full potential as a human, and passed away as a baby. And that was really sad. But I felt that this daughter became an angelic force in her life. I could feel that the little girl became an angel. So I really do believe, first of all, that children who do not get to live their life to the fullest that they deserve often return to heaven and become angels, guiding forces to their loved ones and their parents that are down here on the earth. So I really, really believe that. And I also believe that our loved ones, as in, maybe your grandparents, your parents, other loved ones in your life, are like angels to us, but are not angels. So they don't become angels. They're like guiding spirits, ancestors that are with us on our journey. And so often when you're connecting to the angelic realm, if you've been doing any of these meditations, I know that a lot of people have written in saying when they closed their eyes and they did the breathing and said the prayers, that their loved ones appeared to them. But there's a reason for that. It's because you're opening up the kind of floodgates to heaven. And when you welcome one source of love into your life, you'll also experience another. So that's probably why you'll see and feel your loved ones, is because when you're opening up to the angels, they also bring them through with them. Another question was more like a practical one. Someone wrote in reference to angel prayers, which is, as you may already know, one of my books that I've written with Hay House, and it's my favorite book. And someone was asking what version is the best, and I wrote some parts of that book and I updated it a couple of years ago, and it's the hardback version, the green one, which is the most up-to-date version of angel prayers. I also had a question from someone asking about angel cards. Do we need angel cards to connect with the angels? So the answer to that is no, you don't need angel cards. However, they are very, very helpful. I can honestly say that my own personal experience of the angels was nurtured by the use of angel cards. So working with angel cards and connecting with the angels through angel cards really helped me step into this space of being willing to listen, and really into the space of, I really want to open up more. And the practice of picking the cards and connecting with the cards really allows you to kind of switch on the magic, and really encourages you to get into that space where you're creating a ritual or a ceremony between you and the angels, and you're opening up to their guidance. The truth about angel cards is this: they are not the magic, you are. Angel cards are not magical, they're mirrors. What they do is they help reflect what is already inside of you back to you. And I believe that when we're picking angel cards, our hand is guided by God and our guardian angels to pick the cards that are right for us and the cards that are in alignment with what we need to know. The other thing that you need to know about angel cards, and I know that, many of you have got my cards, is this: the first card you always pick when it comes to angel cards is your strength. It represents something that is very, very positive, and something that you've already honed in on, healed, or acknowledged in your life. So if you pick a card and it says body care, often the ego tries to tell you that's the angels giving you into trouble because you've not been looking after your body enough. But the truth of the matter is, it's the opposite. The angels are actually encouraging you to pick that card today because you have been on a journey to healing your body. You've been on a journey to shifting how you think about yourself and how you view yourself. Or for example, if you picked a card that says the word forgiveness and you thought you already had done that, and then that's the first card you pick, what that is the angels acknowledging the forgiveness that you have worked on and worked through. Okay, there's a bunch that's been submitted in live. Let me see. Someone's asking what kind of crystal this is. Around my neck, it's a tanzanite. Someone said, what are the angels saying with disconnecting you? They're asking me, do you really want to do this? Are you ready to level up your life and share this work? And I'm like, yes, I will fight for this. My question is, do you need a singing bowl to connect with the angels? No, I don't have any with me today. They're all in the other room. You don't need a singing bowl. I just like doing that because when you're on Zoom, you can't play music. And so sometimes it's nice just to create your own for whoever's here. Someone asked, can I pray to someone else's angel? And that is an amazing question. And the answer is yes. So maybe you have a child or a loved one that might be going through something, or maybe you just want to make sure your child is protected on the way to school, or, a dental appointment, who knows? There could be anything. Yes, you can pray to someone else's angel, and you can ask the angels on someone else's behalf to help them. It's really important when we're praying for someone else that we say these very specific words under the law of grace. Excuse me. And what that means is you are asking the essence of grace to come into their life and their world. Now, the law of grace is a very special spiritual law, and it's really all about someone's free will. For example, the angels are not able to intersect into our lives unless we invite them, or it's a life or death situation, and there's a very important aspect of our path that has to unfold in order for the world to continue operating the way it is. So the angels can't intersect unless we're asked, unless it's life or death, one of these situations, or someone asks for you in and under the law of grace. And the under the law of grace, or for the highest good, is basically you saying a prayer for someone if they are not in the mental, emotional, physical state to ask for themselves, or are feeling unworthy of that help. And so you ask in grace, and what that means is if their soul can find a way for them to be helped, it will receive the help for them. So, maybe someone that's going through an addiction or going through a hard time, you can pray for them, and you can speak in a very affirmative way. For example, thank you, angels, for wrapping up this person in your light of healing. I set the intention that every hand that touches them is a healing hand. Thank you for leading them from that space of uncertainty to that space of light. I say this prayer today under the law of grace and for their highest good, in the case that their soul can accept this truth for them. And so it is. So you're saying it for them, and you're speaking as if it's already happened. So you visualize it as you go. You imagine every hand that touches them is a healing hand. Or thank you, guardian angels, for protecting my child on their way to school today. It feels so good to know that they are wrapped up in a bubble of light that keeps them safe. You can see it. And then you just add in the words, I say this prayer today for the highest good under the law of grace. And so it is. So yes, you can pray for someone else. Just use the words under the law of grace. Christina asks about A Course in Miracles and angels. So as many of you know, I have studied a lot of spiritual texts over the years, and angels are mentioned within A Course in Miracles. And A Course in Miracles defines an angel as the thought of God, but there's not that much more. There's several passages. I think there are, at least 8 or 10. All of them actually were sent to me by my friend Robert Holden. And they're just speaking about these angels as divine beings, thoughts of God. But there's not a real emphasis on the relationship or connection with the guardian angels. I've used or worked with A Course in Miracles for many years, but I don't follow the curriculum any longer, but it has had a great influence. Leslie asks a great question. Do angels protect our pets as well? And the answer is yes. All animals have angels too that work with them, and you can pray to your animals' angels. And because you are the person that governs their life, you don't have to do it under the law of grace either. You can actually just ask for your pet. Amazing question from Marie. She says, how do I distinguish between my ego and intuition? Or let's just change this to, how do I distinguish between the voice of love and the voice of fear? So the angels, communicate to us through the voice of love. The angels communicate to us through intuition. It might be audible, it might be a feeling, it might be a vision, it just might be this deep knowing. And the ego also can show up in those same places. There's a really easy way to detect what is doing the talking, and I'll tell you how you do that. It's how you feel. If you hear a message and the message comes through in a way that feels like anxiety, in the sense where if you don't do something about this now, if you don't action this right now, something is going to go wrong. You feel like overheated and agitated. That's ego. I'll tell you why. When the angels, intuition, inner teacher, the voice of love, God, spiritual guides speak to us, they come from a place of unconditional love. And even if we are in the heat of a very challenging situation, we will feel calm. So even though we might be scared, even though we might be overwhelmed, even though we might be facing like a real hardship, an unexplainable calm will arrive. So, I've heard stories of people, being carjacked and robbed in their home, and this wave comes in. And even though it's such a scary moment, they feel calm and they know exactly what they're supposed to do. That's the angels. That's how they operate. The other thing is the ego always has time constraints, and it's always working. If you don't do this, it has a promise or a warning. If you don't do this, but it also can lie to you in a way where if you buy this barn, you can turn it into a healing center and you will be rich. It will give you a promise. It will give you the outcome. Whereas angels don't work to promises or outcomes. They're always for your highest good and to keep you well and grounded and maintained. Because if you follow the voice of love, all that you need and more will be given to you anyway. I know that for certain. That voice doesn't ever go away, but it becomes easier to detect. And it really comes down to how you feel. One last question. Someone was saying, where do we get angel cards? Every great bookstore. Support local if you can. You can get them on hayhouse.com. All great bookstores will have angel cards. Just say, I'm looking for Kyle Gray angel cards, or whoever else you feel drawn to. All right. So we're going to dive deep now into signs. And I made a little PowerPoint for you all. And for some reason, it's not playing from the start. Goodness, don't you love that? Here we go. So today we're going to speak about signs and reminders. I'm going to try and stay on the clock here so that we get the most out of all of this. At the end of the session, we're going to set a little prayer and an intention for you to get a sign or a reminder after the webinar. So first things first, I want you just to bring your hands onto your heart space, bring your feet down onto the earth. And just take several deep breaths to the heart. Divine angels, thank you for entering this space today and for leading this congregation of equals. We set a collective intention today that whatever is gained from this conversation and this presentation, may it be for and towards the greatest good of all beings in the four corners of this world. We set an intention that this light we create today joins together with all the great other lights in the world, and it reaches out to those who need it most and for their highest good. In particular, we reach out to the children and the animals of this planet who are sometimes unheard and unseen. Thank you for lifting them up, for helping them be heard, and for helping them be seen. We also reach out this light and this love to the parts of the world where people are forgotten. We reach out to the marginalized, those who are left on the sidelines and pushed out. Thank you for lifting them up, lighting them up, helping them be seen and heard. But we also welcome your light into our heart today, because we recognize that through the recognition and the acceptance of light, we also have an opportunity to face our own darkness. And darkness is not badness, and it doesn't always have to be fear. It can simply be uncertainty. Angels, we welcome your light today. Thank you for being here. We say these prayers and these intentions today in the presence of the great Mother Earth and the great Father Sky. Thank you for allowing us to love and be loved. And so it is. Okay. So signs and reminders are, if you don't mind me saying, one of my most favorite topics about the angelic realm. And I want to say this to you. Your guardian angels are creative. They are clever. They are punctual. They always have the right timing, and they absolutely love to let you know that they are here. So your guardian angels love to send you these signs. They love to send you these reminders, and they will find every single window and opportunity to bring these signs to you. It is my goal to help you understand what they mean, and also what to do when a sign arrives. So the first thing I want to just say to you is, if you have ever seen the numbers 1111 show up on the clock, then it's really important that you are here. Whether you realize it or not, this is not a new message. This is not new information. 1111 has been going around for a long time. I definitely have been seeing 1111 for at least 15 years. And I know that 1111 has touched and reached many of you today. If you have not seen this number, either on your cell phone or on your dash, or when you're filling up the tank, or on a receipt or a registration, you have been initiated. From this moment onwards, you will start to see this number showing up. I'll never forget when I first started to see 1111 show up. You know, I was of that generation that cell phones had just kind of became a big thing, and texting arrived when I was a teenager. And so, you know, it was something that I learned to grow up with having one of these devices in my hands most of the time. And I remember noticing myself looking at the clock, you know, at this time, or, you know, it might not always be 1111, it might be 111. Because when I was younger, I didn't use the 24-hour clock. So I started to see numbers show up in alignment. And I remember Googling to try and figure out what that meant, and not really getting a clear answer. There was a lot of different things. And so I did the thing that I do when Google doesn't have the answer. I meditated. I remember inviting the angels to reveal to me in my mind, what does 1111 mean? And this is what happened. In my mind, I remember saying, thank you, angels, for revealing to me the true meaning of 1111. I saw the Buddha. I saw Jesus. I saw people praying to Mecca. I saw a Native American elder. I saw Bob Marley. What all these beings have in common. Then I heard the message, we are all one. When you see 1111 showing up on the clock, what you're actually seeing is this: 1, 1, 1, 1. The universe is reaching out to us and telling us that we are all one. The angels are coming to us and encouraging us to recognize that we are all one. It doesn't just end with a message. In fact, This is a call to action. Before you were in this life and before you were in this body, there was a part of you that wanted to remember your spiritual origins. Before you came to this earth, you had a view similar to this slide. You looked down on the planet. You had an opportunity to come in and choose your family and choose exactly where you were coming to. There were many opportunities, many windows, but there was a specific one that you chose. And before you took the opportunity to arrive in the womb, you set the intention that you would remember your true origin. You set the intention to remember your spiritual self. Over the years, growing up as a young person within the spiritual community, I've also had the great privilege of seeing all the new science and all the new information coming out around this idea that we are all one. What psychics, sages, elders, and spiritual teachers have been saying for ages is now a truth that is proven by science, that we are all interlaced, all interlinked and connected as one. And when we see the angel number 1111, the angels are coming to us directly and they're inviting us to remember our truth that we are one. And so therefore, who you are, where you are, what you're doing, what you're choosing, the actions that you are, participating in, everything that you're choosing in your life is in some way affecting the whole. So one of the most important messages that comes with 1111 is that in order for you to make this light, make this world a lighter place, you also have to face your own darkness. So when we in turn face anything that we have not healed, anything that we've not claimed, anything that we've not honored in ourselves, so when we take an opportunity to face that and to heal that and to deal with that, we remove darkness from the world. If we don't, we leave darkness in the world, because that is our darkness. It's the stuff in our lives that we've kept in the dark. So 1111 is not only just this message that you are one with the universe. So in that moment, you are in pure alignment with source energy and the angels. And so therefore, what you think of, you are bringing into creation. It's also an encouragement and a message for you to remember that you are one. And so that's the opportunity for you to say, how can I be the best friend, the good neighbor? How can I be someone that makes a difference in this world? So it might be reaching out to the person in your workforce or place that you know is having a hard time with your boss, or that one person that has been made to feel like an outcast. It's the opportunity to you reach out to them and to bring them into the circle. But angel signs don't end there. There are angel signs all around us. The angels have realized that we are not always willing to listen. They've realized that we are not always going to drop onto our meditation mat or have our angel cards handy. And so they've started to use these signs to communicate their messages to us. And I'm going to go through some of my most favorite ones with you today. So I'm sure there are many of you in this space today that have received a feather. And I say received a feather because you were sent it. You were sent this feather. It didn't just arrive, you were sent it. It was sent with intention. Angels have been known to send feathers, and it's not because the angels actually do have wings, because in my own experience, even though I see energy, and the angels often just appear as beings of light, they've become associated with having wings. And the reason the angels have, became associated with having wings is because there's a lightness about them. And, there's been messages showing up that they move through the air as if they had wings. So when we find a feather, ultimately it's the business card of our guardian angel, and they're coming close to us and they're reminding us that they are here and that they are all around us. Now, there's a lot of information about these particular signs and finding a feather, that it has to be a very crisp white feather. Well, that's not true as far as I'm concerned. If you find a feather in a place that a feather was not expected, or you couldn't believe how it got there, it's an angel message. And it doesn't just have to be a white feather, it can be a black feather, it can be a brown feather, it can be red, purple, green, yellow. I have encountered bright pink feathers. Yay, my angels have got taste. I've encountered black feathers. When I first started to see a lot of people wondering if finding a black feather is a bad omen, I started to wonder that myself, and it's so true. So many of us in society have been told that the color black is not good, but it is very good. In fact, the black feather is a message to say it's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself. I also have always found that whenever we find a color, the angels are bringing more color to our life. Black, in fact, is a very protective color. So often it can also be a message that the angels are drawing away any pain and protecting you from more. So it doesn't have to be one specific color. It can be any color of the rainbow. It can have stripes. It can be a feather of a particular animal, all different types. The angels also love to send birds into our life because they have been known as these winged beings. They've also communicated to us through winged beings as well. This is a robin redbreast, a British version. I know the robin redbreast in North America is much different. I'm not sure what it's like in all other parts of the world, but I remember having a look at it. But often in the UK, a lot of people have associated seeing a robin as an angel sign that a loved one or an angel is close by. And often the robin redbreast, which is associated with Christmas time and winter time, will show up in your life out of season. My mother has associated the robin with my nana. And there was this one time a few years ago when I owned a yoga studio and we went to Costco to pick up some things. And if you don't know what Costco is, I'm hoping you do, but it's like this place you can buy bulk items. And my grandmother loved a bargain. And when we walked in and we saw all these bargains and deals and all these things, I remember saying, my nana would have loved it here. And we went up an aisle to buy coconut water. And right in the middle of the aisle, at the very back of the shop, was a robin redbreast inside the building. It was just this, unbelievable sign that she was there with us. So I honestly believe that the animal kingdom, and in particular, the fur animal kingdom, are angels in disguise. There's that old phrase, all dogs go to heaven. I really believe that all dogs came from heaven. I really believe that the animals are angels with fur. But the angels love to communicate with us through other animal beings. So you might find that your pet comes to you when you're feeling emotional or overwhelmed. I honestly believe that's the angels encouraging the pet to come to them. Not only are they clever and intelligent, but they are encouraged. You also might see butterflies, dragonflies. Butterflies are often a message of transformation. It could also be a loved one in heaven telling you that they are free of pain because, the butterfly goes on this radical transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly. The dragonfly is often a message of you are up leveling, or you're going through a rapid transformation on your spiritual journey. Expect spiritual growth. So there's many, many signs that show up. What I want to say to you is this very key thing. A lot of us, when we get a message or when we get a sign, we go into this questioning, is this for real? Am I tripping out for a minute? Is this actually happening to me right now? When we get a sign, often we allow that inner doubt system to get loud. It questions, how did this feather get here? How could that have happened? There's got to be some sort of explanation to it. Or if we see the light flicker, or we feel a presence, or a noise, or a name being called, we often start going, wait a minute, how did this happen? How did this experience unfold? And we try and find a logical explanation to it. Now, there's a reason why we actually do that. When it's a sign, because there's a feeling that arrives when a sign shows up. If you get a sign, you'll know there's just this, oh my gosh, something is happening here. So you'll know there's just this instant download that happens. But the reason that you're questioning, is this sign actually occurring, is not down to your belief if it's possible or not. It's down to your capacity to believe if you're worthy of it. When we start questioning signs, it's because there's a part of us that has been hardwired inside to believe that we are not worthy of that sign. So if you've got to that space in the past, this is not a moment to get annoyed about that. This is an opportunity for healing. Make a vow in this moment and in this space. The next time you receive a sign, you're going to remember that you're worthy of it. There are 3 steps when a sign arrives in your life. 3 things that you need to know and that you need to do. So the first thing is this: whenever you get a sign, it does not matter if it's the animal, the winged being, the feather, or even the number. Whatever version of sign that you have received and that you have got, the ultimate message is this: you are not alone. Whether you realize it or recognize it or not, in that moment, you are in pure alignment with your angel. So when you get that sign and you experience that sign, it's there, it's happened. You've found the feather, you've seen the number, you've had the experience. Whatever happens, that sign is a message to let you know in that moment, you are not alone. You are in pure alignment with your guardian angel. They have shown up and they have come through for you to let you know that they are with you, that they are here to support you, to guide you, to heal you, and to help you on this spiritual journey. So in that moment, when you are experiencing that sign, you are not alone. Something has happened. The universe has shifted, and it has created this opportunity for pure alignment. So in that moment, when you see the sign, know that you are not alone, and ultimately you are worthy. The next step: whenever you get a sign, and it does not matter what the sign is, it's a message to let you know that you are on the right path, and I'll tell you why. When you get a sign, it's happened because you are in alignment. And when you've seen the sign, whatever it may be, you are in present and you are in presence. You would not have seen the sign unless you were in the present moment. You would have not experienced the sign unless you were in the presence. So I think it's really important for you to know that when you are receiving a sign, you acknowledge that you're on the right path. And I know for one, when I started my journey, and this was a mistake that I made, and I encourage you not to make it, I often would say to the angels, give me a sign to let me know if I'm on the right path or not. And then I would get a sign, and then I'd be like, does this sign mean I'm on the right path or not? And then I would start getting myself into this crazy space of, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing or am I not? So to make it easier for you, when the sign shows up, you are on the right path. It's there because you are doing it right. The next thing I want to say to you is this. When you get a sign, you are encouraged and invited to tune in. Because when you've got that sign, you are in complete alignment with your angels. When you've got that sign, you are in the present moment. When you've got that sign, you're on the right path, and there is a very powerful opportunity arriving for you in that moment, because it's an opportunity for you to ask, what do I need to know? In that moment, your guardian angel is there with you. In that moment, they are here to support you, to help you, to heal you. So there's a way of you getting a clear answer, what you need to know. And so while I've got you here, I've got my angel cards, and I'd love to hear maybe a couple of different signs that some of you have got, and I'll pick an angel card, do an angel reading quite quickly for you based on the sign, which will also be an opportunity for you to understand what it means. So, for example, Wanda, she gets eagles. So I'll tell you what I know about eagles. First of all, eagles fly high. And so when you get an eagle sign, it's the angels coming through with the message of seeing things from a higher perspective. So if you get an eagle coming to you, or maybe if you're in the British Isles, a hawk, it's seeing things from a higher perspective. God and the angels are coming to you and encouraging you to know that you are to see this from a higher perspective. However, see what Wanda just got this eagle sign. She's like, okay, I know that this is a sign. So this sign means I'm on the right path, that I am not alone, but this is also an opportunity for me to ask, what do I need to know? That's the opportunity for you to either close your eyes and say, thank you, angels, for revealing to me what I need to know. Or you can grab your angel cards and ask the same question. Thank you, guardian angel, for revealing to me what I need to know, especially through this sign today. And then you can pick a card. So I'll pick this for you, Wanda Davidson. You've got the no card. Now, do not be alarmed when you get the no card, because remember, the first card you pick is always your strength. So Wanda, you've been in a space in your life recently where you've had to say no to something, either step away from something that's not been serving you, or no to something that's no longer making you happy. And with this angel card coming through today, the angels are wanting you to know that saying no was the right thing, because that gave you the opportunity to step back and see from that higher perspective. So making this decision was your strength. So that's how you do it. So let's see, there's hundreds of messages, there's thousands of you here today. Well, Teresa, this is a great one. Black butterfly. So remember, black is a color of protection. Butterflies are the symbol of transformation. So you can then ask, guardian angel, thank you for revealing to me a message behind the sign of the black butterfly. And this is for Teresa Santos. Your card is courage and bravery. And this is an opportunity for you to know that your strength at this time, Teresa, is that you are strong, that you're courageous, and that you're brave. There's been something in your life that you've had to stand up to. You are a sensitive being, and sometimes that can be a really scary thing for you to do, even though people might assume that you're confident. There's been an opportunity for you to face your fears, to stand strong and be courageous in what you believe. And so the symbol of the black butterfly comes to you today to let you know that you are protected, that you are safe as you make these steps towards expressing your courage and your bravery. So hopefully this information has helped you understand how you can get a clear message from your guardian angels. So the three things you need to remember when you see a sign: when one shows up, you are not alone. The second phase is that you are on the right path. And the third and the final part is it's the opportunity for you to ask what you need to know. Now, this is the critical information around signs, and I hope that that has been helpful for you. And so where we go from here is to wrap up this webinar. And as I said, I'm going to be revealing a way for us to continue our journey together if you feel called. I wanted to leave you with some information today that will be supportive to you continuing your journey with the angels. Here's some things that you want to remember. So the first one is this prayer: thank you, angels, for guiding me to be more like you. The universe is attractive in nature, and likeness attracts likeness. So when you are like the angels, you also attract more angelic opportunities, more angelic frequency. And remember, the angelic frequency is love. It's in alignment with authenticity and truth, and it's always operating under the highest of integrity. So in the moments you share your truth, in the moments you speak with authenticity or align your choices to authenticity, and in the moments that you are in alignment with love and expressing love, you are expressing and attracting the presence of angels into your life. And it's as simple as that. Now, I want to say this to you. There is a light inside of you that will never go out, a light that has the opportunity to shine whenever it faces darkness. And remember, darkness is simply uncertainty. Remember, the power, the potential, the capacity, and the ability to connect with the angels is yours already. It's not something that you have to earn. In fact, before you were in this lifetime, you were already one with your guardian angel. You're already one with them now. You just have to remember. The feeling of being called to connect with the angels is simply you remembering the light that you are. And just by placing your hand upon your heart and saying, I am the light, you are calling that light up and out, and you're inviting it to stand at the forefront of your being, and that light will guide you. So just by remembering that you are the light, again, you're attracting the essence and the energy of the angels to you and creating more opportunities for them to be in your life. Strengthen your spiritual muscles through sharing. In all of these webinars, I've always encouraged you to know that we're equal, but I've also encouraged you to know that whatever you gain from this, share it. If you learn some new information from this webinar, from what I've shared with you, it's also yours to share as well. This is not about elitism and keeping this to inner circles. I've always found that through sharing, we can also create waves of love. Your sharing doesn't always have to be on social media. It can be through conversation. If a loved one's going through a hard time, you can say, hey, can I pray to your angels for you? Can I send some angels your way today? It might be you're driving on the highway and you see an ambulance go by and you just get a feeling that that person needs angels today. You can say, for the highest good and under the law of grace, thank you, angels of healing, for being with that person in that ambulance today. It can be reaching out to that one person that you've maybe not always had the easiest relationship with, but you also want them to be happy, and you might know them to be going through a hard time at this moment. You can share love with them. Hey, I've been thinking about you. I want you to know that I've prayed to the angels for you today. That's sharing as well. So it can be through contact, it can be through thinking of someone, it can also be through social media, sharing what you've learned about signs with other people. This is how you strengthen your connection. Now, the final most important thing about working with the angels is this. This is how I got to where I am today. You know, this is how the angels became my life, my work, my joy, my truth. It was through service and devotion. Through working with the angels for other people, my own connection to the angels got strong. So my fundamental way of learning about the angels was initially through angel card readings, and I done angel card readings for everyone. I did them for my religious education teacher, my PE teacher. I did them for all of my mother's friends, family, anyone who was going through their birthday. I did angel card readings for them, and I practiced. And the more I did it for others, the more my own connection came. It was never necessarily my intention for me to make this my full-time business. It was never my idea that I was going to have, all these people that look towards me to show them how to do it. It was just, I did it for the love. I did it because I really believe in these beings. And the more I started doing readings for other people, or praying for other people, or going to visit like my mum's friend's dad in hospital and praying with them, and doing all these things, going to the neighbor across the road who was 90 on her own and praying with her, the more I devoted my time to service and devotion, the more I started to see angels with my own eyes, the more I started to feel angels in my own heart and have all these experiences. So the final important thing I want to say to you today is align it to service, align it to devotion. Don't do it through what you can get from it. Do it to how can I be of service? How can I help? And in those moments you are in devotion, you will also be helped and you will also be served. My most favorite prayer is this. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels, for showing me how I can serve the world in a way that serves me, my joy, my contentment, and my experience of abundance. And so it is. So the final thing I want to share with you all is, where do we go from here? So I'm trusting that this coming together to this webinar series has helped you. But if you're ready to go further and you want to take the next step, I want to introduce to you and tell you about my training, Certified Angel Guide. And if you haven't heard about Certified Angel Guide before, let me tell you about it now. I created this training in 2016 with my publisher Hay House called Certified Angel Guide. And the whole training is based on helping you experience angels through helping others. And it's a step-by-step 8-hour online training that guides you to experience the angelic realm through these angel guide sessions. And it starts by taking you on a journey to helping you attune to the angelic realm and take you through this journey as to how you can open up to the angelic realm. And then finally, I teach you how to become an angel guide. And an angel guide is essentially a special designation given to someone who not only knows how to experience the angelic kingdom, but can also hold the space for healing for other people who want to experience the angelic kingdom. And in an angel guide session, it works on 3 levels. The first part, you learn how to tap in and open your crown to receive a direct message from the guardian angel of the person that you're working with. The second phase is you do an angel card reading to receive more guidance, more insight, more confirmation. And then the final part of an angel guide session is you also learn how to administer angelic healing, either through angel prayers, hands-on technique, or guiding someone to cut energetic cords or burn away anything that's standing between them and their truth. My training, Certified Angel Guide, is available now, and we have opened up a very special deal for the next 4 days. Certified Angel Guide is a certified lifetime access 9-hour course that includes a manual The normal price is $499, and we've discounted it to $199 for the next 4 days. If you're in the UK, that's £159. There's also a 3-part payment plan available. If you'd like to learn more about it, we have emailed you a link of information to learn more about Certified Angel Guide, and this deal is available over the next few days. So 4 days from now. There's already thousands of Certified Angel Guides. It was my plan initially to start teaching it live, but because we're in lockdown, we thought it'd be really, really cool to make it available as a special deal so that people can learn a new skill to work with the angels more for themselves, but also learn how to do it for others. And you can also conduct these angel guide sessions via Zoom. And it's a wonderful way to take the next step. If you're already interested in healing, you're already interested in angels, and you want to figure out what the next way to do it is, this is the perfect place to start. You'll become a certified angel guide if you take the course. And, you know, it was always my goal to create a training like this when I was younger. And I always wanted to go on one like it, but they were like $5,000 and I could never afford to do it. So it was my prayer to do it that was affordable, approachable, easy, and that you can do it in your own time. So if you've got any questions about it, I'll be here for the next 5 minutes. I'd be happy to answer it. But if you, if not, then that's also okay. I want to just say it has been a real privilege to host these webinar series, this webinar series for you. It's been a real privilege to take you on the journey as to how to protect your energy, how to open up to guidance, and then also to help you interpret the signs and the messages. The chat has been opened. You're more than welcome to write anything. It's been a real pleasure. So I'll be here for the next couple of minutes. If there's any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Hay House has sent you out the link, and yeah, that should be it. Is the chat working? Oh, sorry, I've not turned it on. It's on now. The chat is available now. Thank you. It's so nice to meet you all. While meditating, I always see a bright light. Can you know why? A bright light is your guardian angel. That's their truest essence. So your guardian angel is pure white light. Do you get a certificate, Barbara? Yes. At the end of Certified Angel Guide, you get a certification as an angel guide. And it's the first step to becoming a certified practitioner. So if you would like to become an angel guide and be listed on my website, that's the first certificate that you need in order to be that. Ashley, my 4-year-old is listening and loves this. I'm so grateful that you're here. Oh, Monica, since the age of 4, I was told I would be in service. 50 years later, still not certain when or what. Monica, sometimes service is just you being a good friend, being a trustworthy friend, being a great listener. So that's often the best way to be of service. Certified Angel Guide is a recorded course, Nikki, but there are there's 2 or 3 bonus calls that are two bonus calls that are live. They'll be in the next couple of weeks after sign up closes. So there's 2 live calls. There's a Facebook group with over 1,500 other certified angel guides there many are working professional and holding their own space now. So the classes are not live, Janine, they are recorded. You can do it in your own time, at your own pace. You can sign up now and do it next year, just whenever you feel ready. Sylvia, is this the same training you offered last May? No. So I have 2 different trainings. One is my own and one I done with Hay House, but they both work together. So you can do my training and the Hay House training and then become a certified practitioner, but you have to do both. Elena, I heard the name Aurora. Is this the name of my guardian angel? 100%. If you heard that name, you trust it. Janet, thank you, Kyle. You have been my sign-in message. Oh, that's so nice. Well, everyone, oh, great question, Kathy. I bought the course last year. Can I still access it? Yes. And every time it updates, every year or every time you get the live calls every year. So it's lifetime access. Okay. It was such a great pleasure come and hit me up on Instagram. Let me know how you enjoyed this. It's been so good. People are asking what the best cards are. Angel Guide Oracle. That's the best ones to get right now. All right, everyone. I'll see you all. It's such a pleasure to be here. Sending you lots of love. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.